Hi everybody, my name is Rupa, working as Assistant Professor in Chevrolet Engineering College in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. I am dealing the subject Renewable Energy Sources and today's topic is concentrating collectors. What are the types of concentrating collectors? Various types of concentrating collectors we are now discussing. These we are seeing in the mirror are parabolic tuff reflectors. See here. This is the cross section of parabolic tuff collector, and these are here the sunrays will be focusing onto the parabolic sun reflector. See, this is the diagram. Here stray rod is there. This is the absorber tube. Here stray rods are there. These are the stray rods. Here we can see them clearly. This is the sunlight. Sunlight if falling on the sunlight is falling on the mirrors and it is reflected back into the absorbers. These absorbers collect the rays and they give away the heat to desired place. So this is the diagram, practical diagram of parabolic tuff reflectors. See here, lot of parabolic tuff collectors we are seeing here. These are connected in end to end. Every parabolic tuff collector is connected end to end, and these are again formed into rows. These rows are connected in parallel. These are separate rows, first row, second row, third row, like that. In a space, in a large space, these are implanted. Here you can see clearly. The sun rays will be falling onto the parabolic tuff reflector and it is absorbing the sun rays and it is giving to the absorber tube. This is the tube. This is the receiver pipe. After some slides I will explain the receiver pipe also. So the coating is black. If you observe, the coating will be black. In this slide also you can see parabolic series of parabolic reflectors are there. This one is first one, second one, third one. These are connected end to end and there are several rows. If you see there, a lot of space is required for the implantation of solar radiation plant. Finally you can see here, this is the stay rod. These are the tubes connecting tubes, and this is the absorber antenna to orient, north, west, east, south orientations are done with this. This here. These are all aligned in north-south directions. Sorry, north-west direction. Second one is mirror strip reflector. Here we can see in the diagram the mirror strip reflector. In parabolic tuff collectors, the path, this surface is even. Even means it is one path and on one path different mirrors are there. But here it is different. The mirrors are kept separately here. So every solar radiation striking the mirror is put in an angle so that it is reflected back. It is reflecting back the light to a focus point. This is the focus point. So all the mirrors are kept like that they deflect the absorbed solar radiations. All them reflect into a one point, focus point. These are called as mirror strips. So number of plane or slightly curved. These are slightly curved, not plane. So plane or slightly curved concave mirrors, convex and concave mirrors, we are having two types. In this we are taking concave mirrors. These concave mirror strips are mounted on a flat base. Okay, so angles of individual mirrors are such that the angle of this individual mirror is such that they reflect all the solar radiation from a specific direction. They are collecting the solar radiation from the specific direction, and these are focusing on the same focal line. So the angle of mirror should be adjusted to allow for changes in the sun elevations. Okay, we have to change the angles of the mirror according to the sun's orientations. Okay, mirror strips, but mirror strips are fixed and collector pipe moved continuously so as to remain on focal line for parabolic tuff collectors. In next slides you will see practical. See, this is the mirror strip reflector. All the mirrors are kept on the single base here, and all the mirrors are adjusted to a sun's orientation. So when the sun orientation starts, these mirrors also starts orienting. So as the sun changes elevations, these mirrors also change elevations, and they are kept in the sun's orientation direction. So actually in east-west, compared to north-south and east-west, north-south will be having maximum solar radiation absorption. These are number of mirror strips kept on the flat base. See, observing this site, we can assume the land in how many acres it is taken. See, huge amount of land is taken, and here solar radiation is collected. In these two slides we can observe huge amount of land, huge volume of land is taken, and solar radiation is observed on the entire land by using different types of collectors. In this figure we can see the mirrors here, separate individual mirrors are arranged in this way. Individual mirrors are arranged to this way to a base. So this is the background, these are the mirror edges, and mirrors are arranged in a systematic way. So in order to gather the solar radiation, each and every mirror will be oriented into the sun's elevation. Next type of collector is Fresnel lens collector. So if you see the diagram, we can see the cross section view of Fresnel lens diagram through the collector. This is the solar radiation, this is the space where solar radiation will be entering, and these are the Fresnel lens. It is the solar radiation entering into this equipment is gathered by the Fresnel lens, and the Fresnel lens makes the solar radiation to be focused onto the receiver pipe, and this is the container. This is the receiver pipe. Actually, this type, all the before types are reflection type, but this type is refraction type of focusing collector. It utilizes the focusing effect of Fresnel lens. So for a tuff type collector, the lens in rectangle are about 4.7 meters in overall length, and they are 0.95 meters in width. The lens dimensions are rectangularly they are 4.7 meters and width is 0.95 meters. It is made in sections from cost. Okay, so due to the point of expensiveness, these are made in sections, and acrylic plastic is used. And round triangle tuff. This round triangle tuff serves only as a container. This tuff will be acting as a container, and it is not capable of capable of storing any type of, it is not capable of storing any type of solar energy here. It just serves as a container. This Fresnel lens also should be continuously oriented along the sun's directions. So these are also oriented in two types, vertical and horizontal orientations are there. So trough is oriented in north-south direction with rotation about lengthwise axis, and north end of the trough are raised to increase the slope as sun's elevation decreases, and vice versa. So as in the parabolic type of concentrating collectors, here also we are raising the north end of the trough so that the solar intensity, so the solar radiation intensity will be increasing on the trough and sun's elevation will be decreasing, and vice versa. The total solar radiation energy collected per annum is 30% greater than for the east-west orientation. Compared to north-west, we are having, compared to east-west, we are having 30% of increased solar energy collection in north-west, north-south direction. We will see practical Fresnel lens in next slide. The practical Fresnel lens. See, here solar radiations will be connected. This is the Fresnel lens, and these are connected to a same focus point here. From here a receiver pipe will be there and it will be transferring heat to the desired places. See, practically this will be like this. Beneath glass there will be a Fresnel lens. You can see clearly. Incident rays will be striking the Fresnel lens, and these are all refracted. This is the refraction principle, refracted onto the solar cell, and the solar cell will be transmitting the energy. So this is the clear image of Fresnel lens. This is the container outside, and these are tubes, absorber tubes connected to various panels and various utilization points. Next, these all collectors having receiver pipe. This receiver pipe will receive the amount of heat collected by the collectors, and it is transferring to the utilization positions. So this figure, in this figure shows the pipe, receiver pipe of a parabolic line focusing collector. So the solar radiation absorber is a central steel pipe with a treated surface. Treated surface means it is having some glass or it is having some selective absorber coatings. So next, practically we will see in next slides how the receiver pipe will be there. So to this receiver pipe we are selecting the absorber coating, absorber surface such as black chrome. This is referred as black chrome, which is advantageous. How it is, the black side is advantageous, I said in before classes only. So a hollow steel pipe plug within the absorber pipe, it restricts the flow of heat transfer fluid to the narrow annular region. So this results in high flow velocity of fluid. Okay, this hollow steel results in high flow velocity of fluid and has high rate of heat transfer from the absorbers. The absorber pipe is enclosed in a glass pyrex. This is the absorber pipe is enclosed in a glass pyrex. So this acts as a jacket in order to decrease the thermal losses by convection and radiation. We are having thermal losses, convection, conduction and radiation. In order to reduce the two losses, what are the two thermal losses? Convection and radiation. In order to reduce these two losses, we are enclosing a absorber pipe in a glass jacket. So the space between the pipe and the jacket, this is the jacket and this is the pipe. The space between the pipe and the jacket is sometimes evacuated to reduce convection losses. This is the evacuated surface. Okay. The diameter of the glass jacket may be about 5 centimeters and diameter of the absorber pipe will be 3 centimeters. And the space between this pipe and the plug will be as little as 2.5 millimeters wide only. This one. In a Fresnel lens collector, suppose if you take Fresnel lens collector, the solar radiation is focused onto the observer from the top. Okay. So, but in parabolic, it is focused at the bottom, from the bottom. In Fresnel, only it is focused onto the top, but in parabolic type, the solar radiation is focused into the observer from the bottom. So, in this figure, second figure, it shows the modified absorber design. This is the modified absorber design. Insulation at the bottom and sides of the absorber pipe and a flat plate over this is to reduce the thermal losses. Okay, here there will be insulation. This insulation at the bottom and sides also, sides of the observer plate and flat plate is to reduce the thermal losses. A stainless steel reflector adjusted to the pipe here. A stainless steel will be observed in next slides. If you see practically the receiver pipe. Absorber, receiver reflect back emit the thermal radiations. The practical pipe you are seeing. See, it is a steel pipe and glass Pyrex jacket will be there over the here. Glass jacket will be there. If you observe, this is the receiver pipe practically. So this is the fluid flowing section. And this is black chrome. It is of steel. See here. Above there is black chrome. Here on above black chrome it is a glass. This is the under clear structure of the receiver pipe here. See, we can see this is the black chromium metal, this is the glass Pyrex, and fluid will be flowing from inside this tube, receiver pipe. Next type is point focusing collector, paraboloidal type. This is paraboloidal type. So this brings the solar radiation to a focus at a point of small central volume we are seeing here. In the middle we are having small central volume and all the solar radiations are brought to this point. This is paraboloidal disc and this is the point focus solar collector. Dish is approximately 6.6 meters in diameter. This is 6.6 meters in diameter, and it is made, this inside part is totally made of 200 curved mirror segments forming this shape. So to form this shape, inside we are taking about, for a 6.6 meters paraboloidal dish, we are taking around 200 curved mirrors. The absorber located at the focus is cavity made, this one. It is a cavity made of zirconium copper alloy and it is also coated with black chrome selective coating. Remember, every absorber is coated with black chrome. And the heat transport fluid flows into and out of the absorber cavity through pipes bonded into the interior. We cannot see the pipes here, but we can see the pipe here. From this pipe a connection will be there in the interiors, so that the fluid flows into and out of the observer cavity through the pipes like this. One way is going into the observer and one way is coming out of the observer. So the disc can be made to turn automatically. This can be turned automatically about two axes, up and down and left and right. North south direction, east west direction. Both directions we can turn this automatically. So that, why to turn? So that sun will be always kept in a line with the focus. Always, if the sun is here, we are keeping the observer here. If the sun is here, we are turning this disc to this side into the sun's orientation. So the sun is, by this method we can track the sun fully all the times. Actually the concentration ratio will be equal to area of concentrator aperture by energy absorbing area of receiver. This gives the effectiveness of concentrator. This is the most effectiveness of concentrating collector method. So these concentrating ratios are very high in parabolic system. So these parabolic systems, due to this concentration ratios are high, these are used at very high temperatures. So wherever high temperatures are needed, we are using this parabolic system. In a cylindrical parabolic system, the concentration ratio is lower than the paraboloidal counterparts. So compared to this one, we are having low concentration ratios in cylindrical parabolic system. But in both cases, receiver is placed at the focus only. That is along the focal length in cylindrical parabolic or parabolic trough system at the focus point in the paraboloidal system. So concentration ratios is of orders 30 to 100 or higher will be needed to achieve temperatures in the range of 300 to 500 degrees, or even higher we can go, up to 5000 also we can go. So these collectors are designed to have such high concentration ratios, and these are having small angles of field of view, so they can track the sun continuously. Such types of such collectors are there. There are totally 3 types of such collectors are there. First one is the linear focus collector in the form of a parabolic trough. Okay, first one is linear focusing collector. This is employing mirror strips. Faced mirror strips means we can orient those mirrors in the, we can arrange adjustable mirrors in the sun's directions. Next, second one is spherical and conical mirrors. This is called as axicon. Spherical and conical mirrors. First one is linear focus collector in the form of a parabolic trough. Second one is spherical and conical mirrors. This is axicon with aberrated foci. The physical upper limit to the concentration ratios achievable with parabolas and paraboloids are determined by their F by D ratios. F by D ratio means focal length by diameter ratios, and these are about 10,000 and 100 respectively. For paraboloids it is 10,000, and for parabolic troughs it is 100. Okay, F by D ratios are 10,000 and 1000 respectively. So these concentration ratios achieved in practice are about 1/3 to half, 1/3 to half of the above values, because of the surface irregularities of the reflector. So this reflector is also having some surface irregularities. So because of this, these concentration ratios, actually talking in practical, they will be correct about 1/3 or 1/2 of the values given above. So what are the reasons? First one is irregularities of the reflector and second one is tracking errors. And third type is, this is central receiver collector such as paraboloidal mirror and the tower power plant using heliostat mirrors. This is other type of mirrors. In this, a mirror called heliostat mirror is used. We'll discuss the heliostat mirrors in next future slides. So now see this paraboloidal collector. This is the example of this collector. The sun's radiation, solar radiation is focused onto the mirrors here. And there are number of paraboloidal collectors and they are connected end to end, and these type, this is one row such that like this several rows will be there and all the rows will be connected in parallel. This is the other slide, how the orientation of the paraboloidal collector will be there. See, this is the direction of northwest and this is northeast, or we can say simply south, north south and east west. This is horizontal and this is vertical. If the sun's orientation is in the direction, the paraboloidal collector is left side. If the sun's direction is in this side, the paraboloidal collector is turned to opposite side. This is heliostat point focusing reflector. So in this, each mirror called as heliostat. This one is called as this mirror. This one is called as, each mirror is called as heliostats. So each mirror is called as heliostat. This can be adjustable. This can be turned independently about two axes. Every mirror is capable of turning about two axes so that reflected solar radiation is always directed to the observer mounted on a tower. In this, observer is mounted with the help of a tower. So this type of collector is classified as central receiver collector. So this comes under third type, central receiver collector. This is mostly used in tower power plants for generation of electrical energy. Okay, so power plants, what is the name? Tower power plant. This tower power plants uses the tower observer. This is used for, this is used as a boiler. See here, boiler, and we are getting the steam from this boiler and we are running the turbine, automatically generator or alternator with this observer. So in central receiver, the mirror is composed of many small mirrors, each with its own heliostat. Each with its own heliostat to follow the sun. Always for these mirrors follows the sun. So these heliostats are generally located in horizontal plane only. These are located, this is the horizontal plane, these are located on the horizontal plane. But when the situation is favorable, they simply follow the existing terrains here. The basic difference between one mirror concentrator and heliostatic system is that heliostatic system has a dilute mirror. Okay, this means that entire surface within the system is not covered with the mirror surface. So all the sun rays here, see, there are heliostat mirrors here and here, but the solar radiation coming here. In between two mirrors, the solar radiation is getting wasted. So that is termed as dilute mirror. That's why. So this diluteness is generally termed as fill factor. Okay, a central receiver with fill factor of 40% means 40% of the land is covered by the mirrors and remaining 60% is not covered. Okay, so if I gave the equation, gave the value of fill factor 60%, 60% means all the area here out of 100%, 60% of the area is covered with these mirrors and remaining 40% is wasted. Okay, in a central receiver optical system as in figure, many small mirrors are separately mounted to act together like a dilute parabola. As in the system, there all the mirrors consequently acts as a dilute parabola. But the drawback is these require non-linear drive rate in two coordinates in order to achieve requirement of keeping the reflected image point onto a fixed receiver. Suppose the sun is in this direction and receiver, then the heliostat mirror is also shown in the sun's rays direction. Suppose if the sun's rays are like this, in the opposite to this sun's rays, here right side sun's rays are there. For example, on the left side sun's rays are there and the rays will be falling like this. As I showed as a line, they are falling onto the heliostatic mirror like this. But these reflect the sun rays into the space here. So these should be aligned in such a direction that two coordinates, if the heliostat mirror will be turning to this side also, it has to make the reflection onto this observer boiler only. Okay, so whatever in which direction the sun rays are there on the mirror, it has to give the reflection to the observer to this only, in this direction only. So this is the main problem of this heliostatic point focusing reflectors. So along with this problem, we are having other problem. The requirement of that heliostatic will be rugged enough to survive storms also and operate successfully in moderate wind. But they can operate successfully, but these mirrors are very, very delicate to the environmental conditions. Whatever the environmental conditions means, storms, moderate winds, it's okay, but heavy winds means they cannot tolerate. So all of the discussed above collectors, paraboloidal have the highest efficiency and they are having small radiation losses. Because of small area of observer at the focus, the thermal losses are also very, very small and having high efficiencies. But these paraboloidal are difficult to fabricate and they are difficult to operate also. A practical size per aperture area will be about 50 meters square, for which in that 50 meters square we can attain 15 to 20 kilowatts of useful energy. Okay, so from 50 meters square place we can receive about 15 to 20 kilowatts of energy could be extracted by thermal conversion process. You will see the practical heliostats in next slide. This is the heliostatic mirror. Practical heliostatic mirror, this one. See here, they are arranged in systematic way so that they are focused onto the observer tower. This is the tower. Here there will be observer or receiver. The sun's radiations will be falling onto the mirrors. Again they are reflecting that to the same point of the observer. And this mirrors, individual mirror, is represented like this. See, these are the diagrams of heliostatic mirrors. This is the tower, this is the observer receiver. Into opposite ways these heliostatic mirrors are kept. This is the sun. See, this is the heliostatic mirror, independent heliostatic mirror. These are the next type of concentrating collectors, but these comes under non-focusing type. Until we see all the collectors of focusing type, but these are non-focusing type. So this is the simplest form of concentrating collector. It has a mirror boosted. Mirror is just implanted on the flat plate collector.